Hello and welcome to British Literature 1. I'm Mrs. Cochrane and I'll be your instructor for this semester. I just wanted to give you a nice walkthrough through the course so you kind of know what to expect and where to find things. I will be honest and say that majority of the time you're going to stay right here on the content page. So when you first click into the course, this is what should load, or at least the student version of it. And from here you'll be able to find everything you could need. Everyone needs to start in the Start Here module. It's where you'll find the syllabus, the course calendar of readings, which then can correspond with the assignments down below. And to unlock your first unit, you have to take the academic integrity quiz. That can be found right here in this tutorials folder. So you watch the 2 videos and take that quiz, and your discussion board and first unit will unlock for you. No matter what your score is, as long as you submit it, it will appear there. Before I go more in depth in terms of what you'll find here, I will say the other parts of the semester, other than, well, if we're not in course content, you might be under gradebook, which is where you can arrange it by due date and check your grades. While we do have discussion boards in the class, they are linked in the module, so you can just find it under course content. I think that's going to be easiest for you because they'll be guaranteed to be in order here. Sometimes when I copy, this tab gets a little out of order, and while I try to fix it, I am human, so I may have missed one. Another important area to access regularly would be announcements. Anytime I need to update you on something, kind of just give you an overview of what to expect, I will post an announcement. And while I do have it sent to your Cougar Mail email as well, it's good just to check in and make sure you haven't missed anything. So probably 20% of the time you're going to be announcements gradebook, the rest of it we're under course content. As I already showed you, the Start Here module is where you're going to start. I'll walk you through the course, give you the syllabus and the course calendar. And then after that, this is where you'll find the link to your textbook. When you click on the textbook, this textbook was included in the cost of this course, so you should be able to access it on day 1. If you don't want it digitally, then please send me an email, because then I can tell you how to opt out and buy your own physical copy. But from here, you can see the different textbook, well, it's all one textbook, but the different volumes. So the first unit, we're on the Middle Ages, so we'll be able to click in there. Unit 2, Unit 3, they're all there. And so when you click into the book, it pops up. From here, you can try to navigate via the table of contents, but I'll let you know they have so many readings. I asked like the Norton representatives, and they said, yeah, we could not put everything in that table of contents. So there's some here, but really what you'll end up wanting to do is do a search. So if I tell you to read in the Middle Ages, we're reading from page 80, you put A80, and it'll jump you straight to that page. You also could go to the pages here and do that. You can also search by a word. So if I want to look for Beowulf, that will take me, as you can see, lots of other things. One really neat item is that as you're reading, if you want to highlight and take notes, especially as you start preparing for your essays, when you highlight something, I don't know if it'll let me, highlight here, later that will show up in your notebook. And so you can highlight to remember to come back to it. You can write yourself a note. So maybe you want to say like, oh, this connects to this theme, or I want to talk about this because blah, 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 blah. And so later when you come back, let's say I'm going to go to, okay, I'm doing more reading and now I'm ready. Like, so I'm on something else and I need to find that again. Well, if I come to my notebook, it organizes it by the time period. So that's just a really helpful thing for you to know. As you're reading, you can leave yourself notes similar to how you would in a paper copy, and it will track them all here for you. Then you have your modules. We have 3 modules in this course. We're going to go over the Middle Ages, the 16th and early 17th century, and then what's called the Restoration, and then some of the 18th century. So we'll start in the Middle Ages. You have an overview of the whole unit, information about your first essay. So as you're reading, if you will go ahead and review this as you're reading, you can be taking notes as you go. Then each week is broken down by topic, as it goes through there. So like for week 1 example, there it is, tells you the overview and like how you're going to walk through it and anything you might need. There are some optional things sometimes, so it says optional your lecture videos, those kind of, the first week is very like introduction lecture heavy, but then after that you'll start seeing quizzes and writing assignments or discussion boards. So again, you'll be able to like click into everything from your course content to make it more easy for you, and it all is in chronological order. So when you do download your reading calendar, what you'll see is, I'm pulling mine up right now for you, just to show you. So you'll see it tells you, okay, Wednesday you'll do the Start Here module and Introduction week. Okay, by Sunday you're going to read this part of your textbook, noting that you just add the letter A in front of them, and then watch the 3 Middle Ages introduction videos. The next Wednesday, read these things, and then when you come back to the content, let's see if I can try to put it there so you can see both going on. Okay, so I have my religious starts quiz because that's due on that Wednesday the 27th. See, 27th. Then I have my writing, which is the 27th, which means the last of the activities are going to be due that Sunday, which connects to the readings that you'll do. So I tell you what to read, and then the week is broken down, half on Wednesday, half on Sunday, to make it more manageable. That way you're not trying to do all of this work in one day at the end of the week. This is a 200 level survey course, which means we have a lot to cover and not a lot of time to do that. It is going to up the intensity of the reading, not in that they're going to be super hard to read. There's just a lot to read. I've tried to be very selective and not make you read 50 bajillion things just for the sake of reading them, but what matters culturally, what helps us get an understanding of things that are going on in the society, and what are just some important contexts to know. I very much so approach literature with this idea that it can teach us about the society and culture of the time, and by reading it, what does that then reflect back to us, and what can we understand? And then what's really neat is there are going to be some conversations that start as early as the Middle Ages that track through all these time periods and even into modern culture today. Or we might be like, oh wow, like this is when they introduced this idea. Spoiler alert, in the Middle Ages we'll talk about something called affective piety, which is a way of viewing Christ as someone that can be connected to in the Christian religion. That started in the Middle Ages. That was new. In Christianity, a lot of denominations of Christianity today, that's the norm. Like, yeah, Christ suffered, we can connect to him personally, like we can relate. Well, that was not always the case. And so again, there's some really neat things we can see when we study literature that then connects to society today. So that's where you can find some things in your class. If you have questions, please let me know, and I can't wait to work with you.